finish off these other guys here. There we go. Now we had somebody else over here helping out a little bit. Skutog and his minions have been defeated, reducing the danger to the peoples of the Warcrafts. Alright, so that's that. Still need to collect wolf pelts and defeat more ambushers. Ambushers here. Actually, let me continue over here. Looks like there's a couple of enemies. Another little ambusher right there. A few more up here. Very good.
Well met. What do you need? Greetings. Well met. What do you
More
need?
enemies ahead.
At your service and your families.
These should be the last two orcs, and then I can focus on just the wolves. Giant raccoon-looking wolves of Eastern Rohan. Good. Looks like I need one more hide. Very good. Let's go turn all these in. And I think finally we can go to cliving after that. Maybe. These pelts will be perfect for my work. Thank you. I shall begin treating and curing them immediately. With the increased stock of materials to work with, you can assure Ulfrith that my prices will be much more reasonable. Alright, so I do gotta reforge. That's kind of out of the way. That's a lot of weapons I gotta reforge though. That's a lot of experience I'm gonna be missing out on. I will edit. I'm gonna go reforge, but I'll meet you back here in just a second. Alright, I am reforged and ready to go.
What brings you to these lands?
Thank you for speaking with the other merchants and for listening to their concerns. I believe that it will be easier to sell goods to travelers in need when they know that they are getting a fair bargain.
Rohirrim will need your aid.
There is a serious matter that I would care to discuss with you. As you may be aware, several orcs have been encountered to the southeast across the river. Their existence has been dangerous strain for the merchant camp and for the people of Ethelgil. Oh man, Elthings. struggling today. These Uruks seem coordinated under some unknown leadership, yet I know not the purpose of their presence here. The captain of the camp guard has been carefully tracking the maneuvers of this force. I would ask that you speak with him and consider whether a solution to their harassment is possible.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
One of the merchants in our camp has gone missing for some time now. Dagarm is his name, and I have a growing concern that something may have happened to him. Dagarm frequently speaks with Guthlaud when he is in the camp. Perhaps Guthlaud may know where he has gone to.
What business have you?
You gave the orcs just what they deserved. Well done. This should make things much easier for those who take the road from the east to our camp.
Our mission is dire.
Dagar mentioned that he was heading southeast beyond the river to look for some needed supplies. He surely should have returned by now. I told him to be cautious, as it seems that the enemy has been hiding all around us. Dagar may have been caught off guard. If you go looking for him, do not make the same mistake.
What brings you to these lands?
I consider Ofrith wise for his concern. We have tracked the organized Urukai force for a significant length of time. It seems that they have broken off from the much larger army that passed east over the plains not long ago. Why these few have returned with haste I cannot say, but they pose a threat to the people of Ethingles while they remain. I must remain behind to protect the merchant camp, therefore I shall entrust this task to you. We have scouted a fortified wall topped with white hand banners to the southeast. The leader of the Uruks is sure to dwell within. He must be dealt with before the plans can be carried out. Okay. Let's roll. Looks like maybe that camp up there. Lots of wildlife here, lots of bears. I thought that was an entrance. It is not. It is blocked off. Come on now, are you really gonna put the entrance all the way on the other side? Make me go all the way around? Alright, let me kill some orcs here. Or Urukai, I mean. Malhur's Urukai have been attempting to establish a foothold within the eastern part of the Norcrofts from which to attack Ethelgils and other Rohirrim settlements. Reducing the Uruk infantry will greatly weaken the chances of a direct assault on Elthingils. Alright, before I do that, you have discovered a traitor bound to a post. Where? Where? I don't see him. Oh, there he is. Hello there, sir. Thank you, stranger. I will make for the merchant camp with haste. And let us speak there. There's the guy we were looking for.
How may I be of assistance?
You know what? Let me get on my war steed and I'm just gonna ride to the leader. And then I'll stop and kill everything that's chasing me. If I can find him. There he is. Look at that big army coming out to fight me. Let me wait for them to group up a little bit. Guess I can't really AoE much when most of these are ranged units. Oh man. Bunch of junk in there.
Greetings, traveler!
Need to kill one more Uruk. Get out of here.
Come and stay a moment, friend.
Very good. Let me go turn in all these quests. I think this is the way out. Sure enough, it is. Very good. All the way northwest. Urukai Rider. Interesting. They just don't seem graceful enough to me to ride horses, but I guess I'm wrong. Such weird looking dogs. Wolves, raccoons, whatever you want to call them. Okay.
What business have you, Rotary?
Without a strong leader to guide them, the Urukai force will be unable to execute an offensive against us for some time. I find myself indebted to you once again. Thank you, dear Kippen, for granting us this modest protection.
The Rohirrim with me.
Come and stay a moment, friend.
During your time away from camp, all could hear the sounds of destruction carrying from the west, and this put the guards on alert.
I
As
am
none
at
of the
your
orcs
service.
burned and pillaged much of that land as their armies marched westward, yet not since we heard the roar of carnage so close. We know not who may still dwell in the remaining homes and farms west of the road, but they are certainly in grave danger once more. I believe that a worthy warden such as yourself ought to lend aid to those in need there. Here's the guy we rescued. My captors told me that their leader, Malhor, would have plans for me. I wager that I only live now because your arrival preceded us. My thanks to you. You are the bravest hobbit I've ever known, and of this I am certain.
What business have you, Rohirrim?
You have done well. Each Uruk you defeat means less danger for the merchants and inhabitants of the Thingles. Their kind would do well to stay clear of these lands of the Aerlingus. Okay. So we're done with the quests here, but we're ready to travel to some of the farms. Looks like over there. Doesn't look good. Looks like whatever it was burned down. We shall see though. Yeah, lots of fires. Not good.
Our mission is dire.
Who approaches? You are unfamiliar to me, Hobbit, but please, you must help me. Oh, what strength can you suffer or offer?
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
My name is Siniswift. I live further to the west with my son. Vile orcs came upon us as we slept. We ran east towards Elfogant. Elfangles, my god. While the orcs pursued us with haste. When we reached this estate, I convinced my son to play a hiding game with me, and he hid within the basement. I managed to lure many of the orcs away, but was struck with an arrow and was forced to hide. The orcs must know that my son is inside this home. They have gone to search for him and have locked the basement doors. We must find the key and rescue him. I noticed the fattest of the orc fiends carrying the key, and we cannot enter without it. The front door may still be open, but be prepared to fight if you use it. Hurry, I fear the orcs will find my boy soon. So let me dismount and see what's going on here. I don't see any fat orcs. I wonder if I can just go in there. Yeah, I need a key. Actually, I might be able to go inside here. That's where there's a quest ring. Recall Sinwith's words of a fat orc possessing the key. That looks fat. Not fat enough, I guess. Probably upstairs. There's the fat one. That's a big boy for sure. Found the basement key. Very good. Aye, that looks to be the key. I hear the orcs searching for my son, Sager, within the basement. Cannot move enough to be of help to you. You must enter without me. Be most careful, and please prevent them from harming my boy. The orcs are searching for Sager within the basement. Really? There's a ranged one? There he is. He's safe.
My parents say that strangers might be dangerous.
Are they gone now? Was I well hidden? Sometimes Father and I play games like this. He says I am the very best at hiding. He told me to find a hiding place down here, and then those horrible things came looking for me. I like not this scary game. I'm going back up to see Father now. Farewell. I don't know how eager he's going to be once he sees his dad with an arrow in his leg. Oh, I am so relieved that Sager is safe. It is encouraging to think that his ability to remain calm and stay unseen is in part due to the games of hiding we have played together. Thank you for returning my son. It means the world to me. I am most fortunate to have met someone so courageous. The Norcrofts are home to the most beautiful and fertile farmland in all of Rohan. They should belong to its people, not filthy orcs. Yet, as their vile horde ravaged across the lands, they simply claimed whatever defenseless property fell within their wake. Reeve Athelward has abandoned these farms. The Odin King sits blindly upon the throne. My last hope falls to you. If we are ever to take these lands back, we must defeat the orcs dwelling within our homes. So I gotta defeat a bunch of orcs. And it's a repeatable quest. I hope it's not one of those repeatables where the first quest is this and then the next one is this repeatable, meaning I have to do it twice. Anyways, let me just start killing some orcs. That didn't count for anything. Has to be a little bit further east. discount, hopefully. There are some orcs here with quest rings. The orcs among the western farmsteads seem to be in possession of a type of fish that is unfamiliar. Collecting some of these specimens of fish and showing them to a native of the area might be helpful in determining their significance. The orc was chewing on an unusual fish. These fish may be worth investigating. That's weird. Quest ring here as well. Dull gold lockets. Let's see. This dull golden locket seems to have been forgotten by the house's previous inhabitants. On each side of the pendant, you are able to distinguish a faintly etched name. The names read Matfria and Sinswith. This locket may have once belonged to Sinswith. Perhaps it would be worth bringing it to him to find more about its history. Alrighty. See if there is anything else here. Yeah, just some orcs. There we go. Nothing else here though. This lag is unreal. Let me go to that house and see if there's anything there. There's a quest ring. Let me round them up. Oh, come on. Everybody get in here. Doesn't look like there are any items here for me to interact with. Yeah, they're using fish as a weapon. That's really weird. I just now noticed. It's swinging a fish at me. That's wacky. Looks like I'm ready to turn all these quests in, though. Please don't chase this hard. Please stop. Run away. Oh my god, he's gonna chase this hard. Damn it! These archers, so annoying.
What business have you, Rohirrim?
This locket once belonged to my wife. I gave this to Matfria as a gift, a symbol of our love for one another. Great sorrow, I recall that she was lost to us when the first orc attacks began in earnest. After fleeing in our home, I thought perhaps to never have something to remember her with. Thank you for bringing this to me, Kippen. It is a memento
I am
I
at
shall
your
treasure.
service.
Our mission is dire.
The farms and homes we once loved have been utterly destroyed by the orcs. Even if we are able to reclaim them, it would take years of work to restore their condition, but we must have the resolve. Thank you, friend. Even when Theoden King has closed his eyes in years to our suffering, you have stood by us and helped fight for what is rightfully ours.
Our mission is dire.
These fish may seem foreign to you, but they are at times caught from the stream that flows west across the Norcrofts. They have quite a poor flavor, but I suppose it matters little to the orcs. I know of no farm that would have these fish stockpiled. Could it be that the orcs have also established an outpost along the water? Thank you for bringing this knowledge to me. I must ponder the meaning of this new odd discovery.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
I have given much thought to the situation, and I believe that the orc menace may be more coordinated than we had believed. If our foe has been poaching fish from our stream, then surely they have discovered Minas Runt, the ancient Gondorian military tower due west from where you and I stand. I would wager that the orcs plan to use it as a stronghold with which to watch over their newly claimed homes. I would stake my life on it. It is time for us to claim a measure of retribution. The orcs assailed my home, and now you must assault theirs. Find whichever brute commands these monsters and strike him down for the sake of all those who have fallen. Alright, so we will do that in the next episode. So, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Welcome back to Rohan, my fellow horse lords. In the last episode, I was helping out some of these poor people here who were attacked by orcs, their farm, their villages, everything attacked. Thankfully, we helped out some of the survivors, and he has sent me to attack the orcs in a location where they presumably have set up camp. So, that's what we're going to be starting this episode off with. What is all this? Deeds and reputation, all that good stuff. Alright, let's go. That warg is hauling. So I guess I'm going over here. I know he mentioned it was a former Gondorian tower, and that's certainly what that looks like. So let's see what's going on over there. Got some beautiful willow trees over there. Reminds me of Old Man Willow, all the way back in the old forest. What was that, season 3? Do you guys remember that far back? The old forest. I'm sure you remember the deed to get all the flowers in there. Anyways, pretty cool area. Okay, let me dismount. There is a quest available. A company of orcs has taken to the ruins of the ancient tower Minas Runt and have begun to use it as an outpost from which to attack the neighboring homes. So I gotta defeat some orcs in here. I can certainly do that. It's a beautiful place. Nice place to set up shop. You know, you get this tower, this beautiful...
Well met.
What is that, a lake? Did you call that a lake? I don't know. I don't think that's a lake. But it's beautiful. I like it. A little bit of water, a little bit of willow trees. Good scenery. A little bit of nature. That's all you really need. Speaking of nature, and being close to nature in your space, I've been getting really into plants recently. I don't know, I went down a rabbit hole kind of reading about them and watching YouTube videos on apartment plants. Next thing I know, I'm at the store and I'm buying a ton of plants, and now my apartment is littered with plants. I got some really cool ones. If you're into that kind of stuff and you have a favorite type of plant, indoor plant, let me know. I would love to see what they are and maybe even add them to my collection. It has been fun having them, though. It's fun taking care of the plants and also just having all that wildlife, I guess, in my space. It's fun. I don't know why I'm getting so off topic here. I know some of you guys enjoy the non-lotro related sort of commentary about my life in general, but for the most part I try to keep it game related. The number of orcs remaining in Minas Tirith has been reduced due to your efforts. So nothing else here. There is a ladder. Zunu. Looks like he's the leader here. I'm going to ambush him. He silenced me, the little critter.
This is intolerable! I'll not be
There you
ignored!
go. You have defeated the orc leader. Perfect. That was it, apparently. In here for right now, anyways. Can I get on my war steed while in combat? I can. That's really nice. It makes sense, right? Because it's a combat-oriented sort of thing. Let me just come over here. I feel like there should be a quest down here or something. I don't know. Like a little waterfall. No, there's nothing to interact with around here. Just a nice little area. Alright. Tower by the stream. Dang it, I tried so hard to avoid aggro. I think I did actually. I'm not an aggro, am I? Springview Estates.
What business have you? Roguery.
Your actions have brought me some peace. For I know that a great measure of justice has been
What
delivered.
can I do
Once
for
again,
you?
You have proven to be a warden without equal. We are ever in your debt, friend.
Roguery may have need of your services.
I believe it is time for us to part. The pain of my wound regresses, and I have gathered enough strength to walk for some distance. We will not remain safe here with the orcs about, and I must find better shelter to protect my son. Before we depart, it is worth noting that a Rohirrim scout from Cliving passed us away not long ago. He traveled south searching for someone both savvy and skilled to help him with an important task. He requested my aid, but I explained that
We
I would
won't be
more
caught off
eager
guard
to
again.
bring help to him. You have both the strength and the courage to help others. Perhaps you would be a more capable assistant to him. A fortune follow you, friend. I can never truly repay you for what you have done for us. Alright, so this repeatable quest, by the way, is one I have already done in the previous episode. Just in case you were wondering. Let's go talk with this scout. I thought I was headed to Cliving, but on my way there, you know, I've stopped at like 3 different quest hubs by now. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying. I was expecting to be in Cliving like 3 episodes ago. Okay, very good. A hearty greeting to you, stranger. I have some rather important tasks that need carrying out. I am in need of a savvy and skilled assistant. Before you decide, just know that it will be favorable for both of us to work together.
Stay a moment. Speak with me.
You stand before the esteemed Kajabaran, renowned tracker, game hunter, personal scout of Reeve Athelward. I would like to offer you a rare and wonderful opportunity, a chance to become my apprentice. Working for Athelward awards much privilege and prestige. Something a modest hobbit such as yourself would be hard-pressed to find elsewhere. Prove your abilities to me, and there will be profit in this for us all. Let us begin with a simple task for an aspiring tracker. The hides of the Norcroft brown bears can be sold to nearby merchants for a meaningful sum, convincing a bear to parts with its hide is not without considerable danger. Gather a supply of bear hides. Prove that you are more than a mere novice at hunting. Okay, not an arrogant guy here, but I will do this quest for him, no problem. Let's go hunt some bear. Remember, there were a lot of them outside of that orc. There's one. Go around to feed these up. I like that. I like using the war steed to round up some enemies. I think that makes it nice and efficient. There's one here. And one here. And I guess I'll dismount and fight both of these. There you go. That's all 5 of them already. Let's roll. What do you guys think about Rohan? I've heard so many mixed things about it. I remember reading when it first came out that people just did not like this expansion for whatever reason. But in my opinion, it's so good. The music is so good. I feel like the quests are really interesting and streamlined. The enemies are interesting. I think the maps are very well developed. I don't know why people were complaining about this expansion, so I kind of wonder, what do people actually think about this? I'm curious to know. I can only speak for myself, and I'm having a blast with this expansion. I think they did a great job. Come on. Alright, well, there you go.
My friend.
Did something disrupt your hunting? I would have expected the job finished with a bit more haste, but I suppose I cannot expect you to possess the speed of a professional, which is myself. Nonetheless, the task is done, and you are still whole and hale. I wager you are ready for a more difficult challenge. In order to truly make a name for yourself, you will need to go after a much more noteworthy kill, and I just happen to know of such a prey. Umbal, the Wolf Mother. I have tracked her trail to the warrens west of here, but I will leave the rest to you. Umbal and her offspring have terrorized farmers and lone travelers for years. Were you to defeat her, you would surely gain the recognition even among the nobles of Clyde. Just by chance, I know someone who would pay dearly to have Umbal mounted above his fireplace. Please bring back her head as a trophy, undamaged, if it is not much trouble. Okay. Let's go fight Umbal. Is this that one cave from way back in the day? What is it? Let me go in here and just kind of see. I'm curious. What a weird place. Zursnaga's hideout. How interesting. I wonder if it's worth exploring here or if I'm going to have to come back for a quest. I love the glowing plants though. That's really cool. I don't know, should I keep going or come back to this place if I get a quest here? I think I am going to get out of here, but just make a mental note that this cave exists. Therefore, if I don't get any quests here, I'll come back and just keep exploring in there. I just would hate to go through the whole thing and spend like 20 minutes and get nothing out of it. But then next episode, get a quest to come in here and do it all again. That's what I'm trying to avoid. Let's go fight Umbal. Still think these wolves are so weird. Look at that. What a weird looking wolf. You know, I was just about how I've been loving the Rohan expansion here, but if I have one complaint, it's the design of these wolves. Can't get over it. Catabron places value in animal hides that can be sold to merchants and traders. Fine wolf pelts should fetch a fair price and will likely be exactly the sort of thing that Catabron would offer a reward for. Lots of wolves here if you look at the minimap. I'm just gonna start running, trying to find Umbal, the big boss here. I guess it's, I don't know, it's up there somewhere. That's everything. Time to go turn these quests in. Hooray, I'm just gonna jump. Just gonna run. Quite a long time of broken legs here. Always. You know, if the developers really want to make money on this game, you know what would make them immediately rich and make this the most profitable game of all times that's ever been released? If they released an item in the Lotro store, permanent ability to not have broken legs. I would pay a lot of money for that. Make that item a reality. I'd be so happy.
Your name is welcome, friend.
This is a remarkable trophy. Your work speaks for itself. You are indeed worthy of my trust. When I deliver this to my charitable associates, I shall proudly exclaim how the Terror Umbal is bravely bested by Kippen, Catabron's apprentice. I'm happy to give you this reward for your small part that you played in removing this foe to many. This guy's hilarious. I like how you get a title, Catabron's apprentice. It's hilarious.
Greetings. You have a moment. I have need of yours.
See, there you go. He wants me to go in that cave. Perhaps you are curious as to why I am encamped here and not hunting orcs near Cliving? Allow me to explain, my dear apprentice. You see, I'm on a mission from Weave Athelward himself. He has placed a rather large bounty on the head of an orc named Zurznaga, and I plan to collect it. Zurznaga and his company unwittingly attacked the gates of Cliving in an attempt to infiltrate the city. All riders destroyed the attacking force and sent Zurznaga fleeing south. Athelward was outraged by this attack and was demanded that the orc be slain at any cost. I have reason to believe that Zurznaga has been hiding in a cave to the southwest beyond the wolf warrens. You have proven yourself rather skilled. I would not be opposed to letting you handle the area if you're interested in sharing a portion of the bounty reward with me. These pack wolf belts should fetch a fine price at the market. You're quickly proving to be more capable than you at first appeared. I certainly could have gathered these belts myself had I not more important tasks at hand, yet I do feel this warrants a suitable reward. Fine thinking on your part. Okay, let's go to that cave. Straight ahead. I thought there are wild horses here in Rohan. I mean, I really do think they did an excellent job in the expansion. The map is very well developed. It's exactly what I would expect out of Rohan. Not sure why I've read that this expansion got hate. I will say the mounted combat is not very interesting and not very good, but that's a minor thing, honestly. The Uruk-hai rebels have carelessly left their weapons strewn about the cave they have inhabited. Removing the weapons from the cavern would make things much more difficult for the enemy force. Let's see, did I miss one here? Let's go pretty deep in here. Let me kill these guys. I'm getting vibes back to Sarner out of this little instance here. You guys remember Sarner all the way back in Arid Luin? It's the level 50 instance inside of there. Alright, here he is. Seize for a moment. I must know why the riders hunt me. Is it because of the attack on Cliven? Because I broke my word, disobeyed the wizard? What makes the city different from the others? Refusing to attack a city full of men makes me sick. I regret nothing. First you die, then all of Rohan will follow. Interesting. Guys, so let me go all the way back. A fun little cave system. I enjoy it. I like the glowing plants for sure. That lag, man. Wait a minute. No. I almost left without completing my tasks. I still have to get 2 swords. How could I have almost walked out of there? That would have been a pain in the butt. Last one. You have removed the weapons of a great many Uruk-hai, making it improbable for the forces here to ever mount an attack against the Rohirrim. Now I can leave. Let's roll. Zurus Naga is no more? The world will certainly be pleased to know this. I know not the meaning of Zurus Naga's words, but the ramblings of a deranged Uruk are of little concern to me. I cannot convey how fortunate I am to have an apprentice so quick to learn. Perhaps with enough training, you could even aspire to become as skilled as myself. Let's see. This is interesting. 149 agility. 105 vitality. Some max morale. And some physical mastery rating. I like that. I actually like this better than the helmet I have. I'm going to take it. Although, let me look at this ring. I like the current rings I have.
Welcome. Stay a moment and speak with me.
Let me put this helmet on before I forget. Here we go. Your deeds have truly impressed me, Kippen. I intend to remain here a while longer, as I have some business with the merchants to the north. But you should be heading towards the capital. Have you forgotten the bounty we discussed? One of Athelward's men should be able to see you and your payment. Travel north along the road into Cliving and seek out Berthel. Mention that you have assisted the one and only Cadabron with Athelward's Uruk's trouble, and he will see to your share of the reward. I just have a feeling that once I get there to Cliving, everybody is gonna basically laugh about this guy and act like he's a complete fool and make fun of him. It's just a gut feeling I have. I don't know. We'll see. Looks like we're finally ready to go into Cliving. That's gonna also continue the epic storyline. Very impressed by it. Good defensive position here on the hills. Good stuff. You can see the mead hall here in the distance. It was too late when I saw him to avoid it. Impressive sight. Now to find Reeve Athelwald. Wow. Very cool city. Very cool. Alright. So there are some quest rings here for sure. Greetings. What brings you to Cliving? Greater than his sense of self-pride is his desire to profit from the labor of others. Here's your share. There's doubtless that you deserve it and more. That's funny. I knew it. I just had a feeling.
Over him have need of your service.
I had a feeling. Let me open up the stables here.
Welcome, my friend.
Okay, very good. So yeah, obviously there's going to be a lot of work to do here. A lot of people to meet. A lot of quests to do, so I kind of want to start doing that in the next episode. So thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you next time. I'm back. Oh my god, I'm back. Now for you, this is just a regularly scheduled episode, but for me, it has been months since I recorded the last one. And just when I think things are back to normal, life always hits me with a curveball. So I do want to apologize to all the fans who have been waiting for this season. But, I don't know. I thought I was done with stuff, but things just keep happening. I had to move again, and just been a little bit of a mess in my personal life. I guess I'm just trying to apologize, because I know I haven't been as diligent as I once was with this series, but the one thing that you guys can be sure of is that Lotro is always in my heart, and I am always having the intention to continue with the series and complete it. I'm still having a lot of fun recording it, so it's not like I'm getting burned out or anything like that, or I lost interest. It's just life is coming at me a little bit too fast right now, and I just don't have as much time as I would like to devote to it. But that's besides the point. Just a little mini updates that probably doesn't matter by the time you're watching this video, but I did go back and watch the last episode I recorded to kind of catch myself back up to what I was doing, but I had just made it here to Cliving, and it's about time for me to start picking up some of the quests here. Hopefully I'm not going to be too rusty on my skills here, but again, it's been months since I played, so I might forget how to kill an orc or something. Who knows?
Our success depends upon our strength.
I weep for the people of the Norcrofts. You have seen the dangers outside the walls of Cliving, and you have seen the death that lingers at our gates. Yet the nobles living here are ignorant to these concerns and continue on with petty squabbles and bickering. There's no greater waste of time and effort than these fools. I have tried to make them understand, but they refuse to listen to any authority save the Reeve himself. Perhaps they will listen to an outsider who speaks with reason. Help resolve their disputes so that we may focus on the necessary preparations for the coming war. Alright. Now another thing that did happen in the meantime is I had to get a new keyboard. I was having problems with my other one, and unfortunately the keys on this one, I mean, it's a really nice keyboard. I love it. It's great, but it's a little bit louder than I anticipated, and I did the best I can to mitigate keyboard sounds, but hopefully it's not too bad. Greetings, I do not recognize you. You are not from the Norcrofts, meaning that you are not the culprit, and that you would be a perfect choice to help me. My name is Walnut. I'm a simple writer in the service of the Reeve, at the Ward's ill-dreaded plant. I have discovered evidence of an attempted murder against the Reeve by way of poison. Athelward himself has put me in charge of the investigation, and I must uncover the culprit. There are few who would admire me for my intelligence or wisdom, but Athelward saw potential in me, and I do not want to disappoint him. Will you please help me? The first step will be to question the man who discovered the poison. Reeve Athelward's personal cook, Cattlecock. Interesting. Murder investigation. That's gonna be fun. Alright, let me see if there are any other quest rings for me around here. Let me pull up the map. Doesn't look like it. I guess I came in through here, so I don't remember seeing any quest rings. Okay, let's go deeper into the city. Kind of see where that takes us. Quest ring here. Looks like there's a bit of a commotion. Lots of peasants gathering. And uncharitable feast. I don't see that on my track. Let's see. Let me get some quests here. Oh, this is to accept the quest. I don't know why I thought this was to continue a quest. Anyways, greetings. My name is Eisenid. My home is here in Cliving, but many of the people who now occupy our city are wayward farmers who have been forced from their homes and have taken refuge within the city walls. I have asked my neighbors to donate food and shelter to those who have fled and left behind their belongings. Many have given to the cause, but Gisselman is ignoring my pleas. She plans to host a large feast in honor of the Reeve Athelward, an action she hopes will increase her own renown, as she values her opinion in others above all else. There are people in dire need of rations, and she intends to foolishly host banquets for the wealthy. Gisselman refuses to listen to me. He believes that I am jealous of her high esteem, and considers my request as a tactic to undermine her affairs. Perhaps you might sway her decision. Suggest to her that the nobles would view a
Bring
banquet
interesting
as distasteful,
tidings.
and that a charitable donation would be viewed more favorably among her peers. Kind of like the little Yule Festival quest, you know, where they pit the rich against the poor.
More Uruk blades?
Winter
I didn't ask
You
for
guys know what I'm
these.
talking about. I've done that event a few times on the playthrough. Alright, got a quest right here.
Will you aid the horse?
Could
May I
you
help
do
you? I
something
am
about
busy with
Tegwin?
preparations for an
He's
important
been
banquet.
bothering me since this
Convince
morning.
Gisselman that giving to charity will increase her popularity among the nobles. More
What can I
so
do
than
to
her
help the
fees.
village?
Well,
Can I
had
come
not
with you?
considered this. Oh dear, you are quite right. When others speak of me, they should be commenting on my kindness and generosity. Time is short. Will you help me? Please speak with the butcher, cheesemaker, and baker of Cliven. Ask them to give as much food intended for the banquet to Eisenid's collection instead. Alright. I'm helping with some charitable events. That's nice, I guess. The poor people of Rohan, they've been suffering a lot, you know? Looks like all the cooks are going to be in this area. Butcher that someone would like to donate a portion of her original purchase to the refugees. If she wishes to be charitable, I would be glad to help her. I will set aside a nice lot of fresh meat to be collected for the poor lot of farmers. Welcome. Have you come for something fresh? I have a lot of good things for sale, stranger. Oh, you're here about Gisselman's order. Yes, I'm working hastily on assembling everything. You explained that Gisselman has asked for a portion of her order to be sent as charity to the poor. That is quite noble of her. I will have it done right away. The finest cheese in all the Norcross for sale here. May I help you? You explained that Gisselman wishes to donate a portion of food to charity. Gisselman has had a change of heart? What a kind woman. I will be sure to send a portion of the fine cheeses to be donated on her behalf. Okay. Let me see where I can go here. So maybe in the northeast. Well, let me go back to... Let me finish up this quest chain, I guess, before I move on. Oh no, I'm stuck. Silly tent.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Thank you for the thoughtful suggestion, Kippen. You have saved me from making a terrible mistake. I have heard nothing but praise and admiration for my charitable efforts. I would not have guessed that such acts would be noticed and appreciated by others. Please accept this as a token of my appreciation. Now this kind of brings up the ever-old philosophical argument, right? In terms of charity, is it still charitable if the person is doing it for selfish reasons? I mean, if you're being pragmatic, people are still being helped, so the answer to that question would be yes. Other people view it more esoterically, if you will, where charity is a kind act of the soul. So if the intent is your own self-indulgence, then really it is no charity at all. I guess both arguments are valid in one way or another. Got a fellow warden here. So this is the Reeves' kitchen, so assuming this is to talk with the cook about the murder plot.
Mission is dire.
I will help you in any way I can with your investigation. These circumstances are most unsettling. I found a strange file tucked behind the turnips in the back of the pantry. Upon further examination, we discovered that the liquid inside the file was highly poisonous. We believe that someone intended to secretly poison Reeve Athelward's food with venom. Thankfully, none have eaten my cooking have reported illness. I encourage you to inspect the file for yourself. Alright, where is this file? Maybe... I don't see the file. Oh, there it is. Right in front of me. But I can't interact with it, so maybe not. Huh, weird. I can't interact with that little file. So maybe up here? No. It's weird. Where's the file? I'm assuming this is it, but I can't interact with it. Can I go off? Kettle Gots? Who's Kettle Gots? Is it a person? It said it's in here in the Reeves kitchen. Am I going nuts? Am I going crazy? I might be going crazy. Yeah, it says it's Kettle Gots to cook. It says the vial's right next to him, and there it is. But I cannot interact with it. That's very strange, my friends. Let me get out of here and come back in. I don't know, maybe it'll refresh the actors in there. There we go. Now I can interact with it. That was weird. The small glass vial is filled with a transparent liquid. The indescribable odor causes you to feel lightheaded. What is going on? Wow. This game is behaving a little weird today. Maybe it's a little bit of lag, I don't know. Let me stop in here and see what's going on. It's a quest ring.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
The nerve of that fool, Trumpseal. I paid for 2 candlesticks made of silver to be made, and Trumpseal, the silversmith, promised that they would be delivered to me days ago. I have no patience for excuses. I paid him well, and I expect him to keep his promise. Inform Trumpseal that if I do not receive my candlesticks, or repayment, whichever he chooses, I will have him thrown into the dungeon for taking my coin and giving me nothing in return. Alright. At least the guy's being generous, you know? He's offering either pay the goods or just give me my money back. That's pretty fair, I think. We are blessed that none who have eaten from the kitchen have shown signs of illness. I must resolve this treachery before another attempt is made upon Reeve Athelward, or before word spreads among his people. Who would want to cause harm to such a noble ruler? I do not know what to make of this poison, Kippen. I am no expert on such things, but I have never seen another like it. Fortunately, a wise man of potions and medicine, Malbiort, resides here in Cliving, who may be able to aid us. Seek out Malbiort and ask him for counsel on the matter. Silversmith.
Find aid in time.
I understand that Ordwacer is angry about not receiving his candlesticks, but I simply cannot make them without the proper moldings. I was expecting a set of moldings sent from Edoras, but have received no shipments for many days. Please speak with the quartermaster and see if he knows when my shipment of molding from Edoras might arrive. Looks like we're gonna go on a wild goose chase here, where one person's gonna give me one excuse after the other. Here's the herbalist, I guess. I don't see him. He's up here. There he is. Oh no. Melbiort lies wounded on the floor, unmoving. That doesn't look good. There's a lot of blood. And a knife. Melbiort has perished from a series of wounds. So certainly not a suicide if there are multiple wounds. There's a knife right there. This dagger appears to fit the size of the wound and is covered in blood. That seems very unlikely. Looks like we've uncovered murder. I love a good murder mystery. By the way, they just came out with Forensic Files 2. You guys remember sitting in bed watching Forensic Files and it seemed like every episode that came on was a rerun?
Thank you
they
for
came out
these
with
items.
Forensic Files 2, and I saw the first season, and it's been really fun. Yeah, I switched my stance on accident. Sorry, I was checking something here on my skills board.
What business have you, Roadrunner?
Candlestick moldings? Are you mad? Are you not aware of the orcs assaulting men along the road? I had no shipments arrive from Edoras for quite some time, nor would I expect any but the most urgent of deliveries. Unless you manage to convince every orc from here to Edoras to leave us be, I would not expect your moldings to arrive hastily.
Rally to the banner of the White Hand.
No moldings? This is terrible news, but I expected as much. If I return the payment, I will be unable to provide for my family. If I'm thrown into the dungeon, I'm in worse condition still. I beg you to reason with Ordwaster. I know that he will understand if you reason with him. I will grant him a discount upon his next purchase and craft an extra candlestick
The
for him
boy
when I
might
have
have
the
found
moldings.
order tracks leading north.
If you would speak with me, I'm sure we can negotiate things further. Sent seeking answers, and you return with a dagger. Describe Walnut and the scene you encountered. Yes, this must be the result of murder. It means that we were on the correct trail, but losing Milbart does not bode well for us. He could have been the key to understanding this poison, and now he lies dead. Thank you for your help thus far, Kippen. I must ponder other avenues for us to consider. So looks like we got 3 quests here opening up to question different people.
Hello there.
I would like you to acquire more information from the cook who found the file. Kitchen pantry should be restricted to most townsfolk, and anyone suspicious entering would have been noticed. Ask if anyone who has been within the kitchen as of late should be investigated further. I am familiar with the type of dagger discovered in Milbart's home. It is a common tool among the Irid, the riders here in Clyden. I suggest that you head to the training area near the mead hall and question Captain Theodmar about which of his men might be without their daggers. Malbiort's neighbor, Ondestal, spends a great deal of time watching people come and go along the roads. Perhaps she may have seen people who had entered Milbart's home before he was attacked. Visit her outside her home and inquire as to who or what she may have seen. Lots of investigating. No candlesticks and no repayment? Unacceptable! I am calling for a guard. Discount? If this is not a trick, then it changes matters entirely. I suppose I could agree to wait for a while longer if Trumpsil plans on accommodating my future purchases. I shall visit him later to negotiate. Thank you and receive this for your trouble. Alright. We help solve a neighborly dispute here. Still haven't made it to the mead hall yet. The kitchen is restricted for most commoners. On occasion, Athelward's advisors or the riders are invited in for a meal prepared or to borrow some ingredients. No one has entered that would arouse suspicion. Then again, I cannot imagine anyone who would want to harm the reeve. The only people normally in the kitchen are Edora and myself. Eldora is a young girl who helps me with the cleaning in the kitchen. Yet she seems to be acting strangely as of late. Sometimes leaving the kitchen without notice. I'm not quite sure what to make of her behavior. Eldora. I will say that when it comes to murder like this, men are more likely to do something more violent, like a stabbing, as we saw in the herbalist home. But women are more likely to do something a little bit more distant and actually poison. Those are the sorts of facts and comments that you give from me when I've been watching too many forensic file episodes, like I was mentioning earlier. Anyways. My work work seems much quieter now that some of these trivial disputes have been settled. It is such a shame that noble blood was shed. Worry not, I merely jest. Perhaps now nobles might consider the desperate situation that we find ourselves in and look to their neighbors as allies rather than enemies. The guard has more important matters to attend to than solving squabbles. You have my thanks, Kitten.
Brings you to these lands.
As I thought, most citizens of Cliving would have had a difficult time sneaking through the kitchen unnoticed. This kitchen servant, Eldorado, seems rather suspicious. I will keep her in mind as a potential suspect, or at the very least, may have witnessed something that could be of help to us. Good point. We still gotta question more people.
I had a take one that's gone missing.
Hello, traveler. May I ask a favor of you? I am worried about a young man named Wayne who lives on a farm outside of Cliving. I have heard countless stories of crofters coming under siege from fearsome orcs and other beasts, and I pray that Rangar remains yet safe. I care deeply for Rangar, but my father would not allow me to see him. Because Rangar is poor, he believes he is unworthy of our concern. Please visit his farm and assure his safety. I love Rangar, and I would rather he flee to Edoras than harm for my sake. Little love story. Hopefully it has a happy ending and we don't find another corpse.
Our mission is dire.
You must be new to town. Welcome. Want to know who has been seeing Malbiort? Oh, he offers treatment and advice to so many. Small children and pets, to the Reeve himself. I myself have not seen him since early afternoon yesterday. Prior to that, a few people visited him. A young girl who works in the kitchens. My God. One of Theodmar's riders, and that old fool Wiggleful. Wiggleful in particular had seemed very troubled and has been visiting almost daily. That seems to be all I can recall. I hope that was of some help to you. So, the cook's assistant is sounding more and more familiar, really. We need to investigate this other guy, too. Ondestal discussed several people who saw Malbiort before he passed, but this Wigfugel in particular struck her as most unusual. I wonder what old Wigfugel discussed with Malbiort before he met his end. We need to go question one more person. Where are they? All the way in. They're gonna be up there. They come this way. Captain of the guard. You know what? Whatever happened to the epic? Where are we on? Oh, yeah. That's the ward in the mead hall, so we should be able to continue to the epic pretty soon here. Pretty epic mead hall here. One of the more epic ones we've seen in Rohan thus far.
Will you aid the horse lords?
One of the men in my command, Swiftthorn, reported that his dagger had gone missing not but a few hours ago. I've been rather lenient with Swiftthorn on the matter, for his mind is clouded with grief. His elder brother was slain by orcs just outside of Elthangles, when Athelward gave orders that we abandon the defenses there in order to protect Cliving. Swiftthorn is a good man. I hope he does not harbor ill feelings towards the Reeve or his fellow riders. So a possible motive here as revenge for his brother's death, based on the decisions of Reeve Athelward. Very circumstantial and not very convincing, but still a motive nonetheless. Reeve Athelward, at your service. I have many concerns. State your business and waste not my time. What goes on in this area? The Norcrofts are the grazing lands of Rohan, flat and treeless, and they have been subject to burning by frequent orc raids. They are my responsibility. Thanes of their own settlements are inexperienced and need my guidance if they are to successfully protect their people. Thane Mildred distrusts you.
Done well.
I am sad to hear, but I cannot blame you. Oh, the impetuousness of youth. I wish your son had not besmirched my honor, but I could not allow such a challenge to go unanswered. A sword trial was the true means to settle the matter, and the boy lost. I am sorry for that, but I can do naught else. I hope his mother comes to understand that my hands were tied, though I know the grief of a parent is a sharp and lasting thing. Why take Siflon to war?
Well done, well.
Mildred is too overcome by grief to do right by her daughter, let alone her town. I can better provide for Siflon now that her mother can. It was simply the right thing to do. It is my hope that in the future, Mildred and I can come to an agreement that will allow for the care of Siflon to be in more satisfactory fashion. I'm Athelord Reeve of the Norcross and Thane of Cliving. My house and hospitality is yours while you stay. Athelord listens as you relate the reason for your visit. What happened to her should not have happened to any lady of Rohan. It was first her husband, and then her son. I should have been more understanding of the boy's youthful boldness, but he called my honor into question. The sword trial is the customary means of resolving such disputes. I did not know his wound would fester in such a way. I would have it back if I could. Taking young Siflon seemed the kindest thing to do, but I can understand a mother's grief may make it seem otherwise. I will answer any question of yours, and you are of course free to see Siflon. If it is not too much trouble, could I ask you to help Kuthred, captain of my guard, with his duties after you have spoken with Siflon? Alright, where is she? Is that her? No, that's Mildred. Where is she? Somewhere by me. Alright, I'll go find her outside then, presumably. Invisible horse. My favorite kind of horse. Evidence indicates that the dagger belonged to Swiththorn. I am not well acquainted with the man, but I do not like what we have learned thus far. Do you suspect that he harbors a grudge against the Reeve for the fate of his brother? Perhaps we need to learn more before rushing to judgment.
Our success depends upon our strength.
I believe we are getting ever closer to solving this mystery, Kippen. There are three primary suspects that we must consider. The soldier Swiththorn, Cook's assistant, Eldora, and the old man Wigfugel. Each was seen visiting Melboyart and may have killed him to cover their attempted poisoning against the apple. Have been paramount to our progress in the investigation thus far, and certainly these individuals will prove to be crucial to discovering the truth. I must leave this task to you. Swiththorn should be among the Rohirrim near the mead hall. Wigfugel resides at the estates to the northwest. Eldora's home can be found near the west entrance of Cliving. Question each of them carefully and return to me with their response. Alright. Well, I think it's a good stopping point for this episode. In the next one, I'm going to continue helping out the good people of Cliving and hopefully solve this murder mystery. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Welcome back, everybody, to more Lord of the Rings Online. In the last episode, I started doing some quests here in Cliving. I was trying to solve a murder mystery, of all things, a murder mystery, and a few other things. So I'm going to continue, and I think I have to go talk to some possible suspects. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I also have to talk to Siflon, somewhere here in town. So let me just ride around and go see if I can find anybody. Nobody out here. Alright, let me just go a little deeper in, I guess. quest tracker's not really pointing me any place, so I'm just kind of riding around. No quest rings there. There's somebody near the meat hall, so I might can at least go in that direction.
No sign of Tegwin. I have seen nothing either.
Big area outside of it here.
Let us continue our search.
Let's see what I can find. Oh, I wonder what Iron Cave. Swissthorn in his tent near the meat hall. I'm going crazy. I don't see a single quest right here. All the way back there. Captain Theodmar told me of the circumstance involving Malbiort and my dagger. I understand your reason to suspect me, but I can assure you that I had nothing to do with this murder. My weapon was likely taken from me in order to draw suspicion towards me and away from the real killer. On the night that Malbiort's life was taken, I was patrolling the city perimeter with the other guards. Had I left to visit my home, my absence would have been very strongly noticed. I have been grieving the loss of my brother. Yet, as I have explained to Theodmar, I do not blame the Reeve for his death. I respect Athelward greatly, and I understand his decision must have been a difficult one. I am an
This
honorable
does
man,
seem to be
and
Tegwin's
these
sword.
despicable crimes are below me. Alright, so you remember the apothecary guy was killed. There was a dagger near his body, and it turns out it was this guy's dagger. But it seems like he has an alibi, although he had a weak motive. So I don't know, I'm not feeling too good about that. I don't think he's a man or a woman.
I'm here. I'm here.
Taking me quite a ways out.
You would have been very proud of me. I'm certain of it.
I guess they might be up here on this tower.
The old elf city. That must be
Yeah.
Karas Galebrin.
I saw you coming to Kleinig from afar, and I wondered what your story might be.
And now you have come to tell it to me. How wonderful. Tell Siflod that you have come from her mother in Elfangels, and that Mildred worries about her. My poor mother, I miss her. Some days I miss her terribly, but knowing that she is still at home eases the ache somewhat. Worse are the days when I miss my father and my brother, for they are never coming home. But I am as happy at Cliving as I can be. The Reeve is kind to me, if distant. I think he blames himself for all the grief my family has endured, and wants to make amends for it. I'm treated well. Look at the view from the walls. There's just so much going on here, more than at Thangles. Yes, I am happy here. I hope my mother is not upset by that, but it is the truth. But tell her I miss her. Okay. Yeah, I guess there's a nice little view there. There's some planes. Nothing too exciting, but anyways. Let's go talk to some more suspects for a murder mystery. So here's Wigfogel. If you remember, a witness saw him coming in and out of the apothecary looking quite angry and distraught in the hours leading up to the murder.
You sing these lands. How long?
You suspect me of these rumored crimes? How shameful. Know that I am a respected elder in this community. I was visiting Melbourne for treatment to the terrible nightmares I began having shortly after my son and his family lost their lives. This croft was raided and burned in the first orc assaults, and still Athelwald refused to defend those helpless families outside the city walls. It is true I harbor no love for the Reeve after such a heartless decision, yet I will not resort to poisoning him. Consider for a moment how a citizen such as myself would have access to the Reeve's kitchen. Surely someone would have noticed my unexpected presence there. That is very true. He has a good point, because if you remember, we did talk to the cook, and he said that, you know, strangers are not welcome in the kitchen. Sometimes soldiers come by and his assistant, but certainly not just a person from the town. So my initial suspicion was that the cook's assistant had something to do with it. I kind of talked a little bit about criminal psychology because I've been watching too much Forensic Files. But anyways, she's the only one left for us to speak to, so let me go find her. I know that you're investigating me for the poison found in the kitchen and the murder of Melborat. Yes, I have heard rumors. I must explain my actions so that you understand why I am innocent in these matters. I have been taking care of the injured man you see before us, Freyston. He was wounded in battle and is greatly impaired. I care greatly for Freyston, though he knows it not, and I have been overseeing his aid through the medicinal herbs that Melborat has been providing for us. I have been here frequently tending to him, thus my absence from the kitchen. It is true that no one can account for my whereabouts when the crimes were committed, but know that I have no more reason to harm Athelward than anyone else in town. Furthermore, Malbiort has been helping me to treat Freyston, and I would never have wished harm to come upon her. You know, after talking with her, my suspicions are drastically lowered. I feel like her story seems reasonable. She seems... doesn't look like a killer to me. Here's her alibi right there. Can't refute the evidence. I don't know. None of them are overtly suspicious, in my opinion. I need to do more investigating. Perhaps there is a fourth suspect, which we haven't even considered. Suspect has given a different reason why he or she should be absolved. Swithorn claims to have witnesses for when Melbiort was slain. Eldora seems to be lacking a motive to harm either the victim, and Wigfogul would like us to consider his lack of access to the restricted kitchen. Time draws near. Consider each testimony and all of the evidence discovered. Action must be taken before the others come to harm. We must apprehend a guilty party. Oh no. Is this one of those quests where I have to, like, make a decision, and depending on my decision, it closes off other quests? I hope not. It'll stress me out. Oh no, yeah, I do. I have to pick one. We must uncover the culprit of these crimes, or more lives will be put in danger. I have to pick. Oh, man. Okay, so let's kind of go through the scenarios here. So Eldora has access to the kitchen, so she could have certainly put the poison there. As I discussed in the previous episode, women are more likely to eliminate a target using things such as poison, or something that would not put them in close proximity with the victim. Now, she would also have access to getting that poison because she was seeing the apothecary. So not only would she have access to the poison, but she would have access to the kitchen to put the poison there. So that's very compelling. Does she have a motive? Not really. She doesn't have a motive. Can she explain away these actions of her? Yes, she can explain her absence from the kitchen because she claims she was tending to a wounded man, which we saw with our own eyes. And that would also give her reason to go to the apothecary. She seemed pretty reasonable in our interview of her, so...
You say you bring word from Manil?
What I'm trying to say here is that she certainly has the capability and the means to
I've
having
been keeping watch over these lands
murders.
for quite some time.
However,
and it troubles me.
She doesn't really seem like a likely suspect. Now,
Well,
the other
Matt,
thing is, she
are
was
you
treating
heading
a
west?
soldier, so that kind of implies
Even
some
so far
access
from the lands of the
to
enemy,
the other
there's
soldiers.
dread upon my
So maybe
heart.
she would be
Even
able
so
to
far from the
steal a
lands of
dagger.
the enemy,
dagger that was used
There
to
is
commit the
dread
second
upon
murder.
my heart.
So that is very
Stay a
possible.
moment.
Now, Swiftthorn
Might you spare a moment of your time?
has an alibi. I wish I could actually go check out the
Well
alibi. He
met.
says he was on a patrol with guards, and I wish I could go talk with those guards to corroborate his alibi, but I don't think that's an option. Yes, his dagger was used for the murder.
Hello there.
But he reported it stolen, which could have been done to cover his tracks. But it doesn't really make sense, right? If he was using his own dagger to murder a man, he wouldn't just leave it at the crime scene and then say, oh, hey, my dagger was stolen, knowing that it was going to be found. That doesn't make any sense, right? Just take the dagger back with you. So it seems very silly to me for him to be the suspect. In my opinion, he's the least likely of the three to be the killer. He has an alibi, allegedly, and it just doesn't make sense for him to use his own dagger, leave it at the crime scene, and then report it missing. That doesn't make sense. Next, we got Wigfable, and Wigfable, I don't know, he may be a wrongful party here because there was a witness that saw him running in and out of the apothecary in the days and hours leading up to the murder, looking quite distraught. He has a motive. He was upset at some of the peasants outside of the city walls being killed, and Atherdane doing nothing about it. Not Atherdane, Athelwald, sorry. So he has a motive. He was seen acting suspiciously near the hours of the murder, but when I interviewed him, he certainly explained his presence at the apothecary. He was able to explain it by saying that he was suffering from nightmares, which would explain why he's being so distraught and looks kind of disheveled, as presented by the witness. Now, the interesting thing with Wigfable is that he would not have access to the kitchen. The cook himself said that only soldiers would sometimes go in there, and also the assistant. So, I mean, there's really no way that he could have gone in there to place the poison without being noticed. Now, he also would have had to steal the dagger and all that, so I don't know. I want to kind of scratch him off the list. But this also brings up another point, because Swiftthorn, as a soldier, according to the cook, may have had access to the kitchen. So it is very possible that he could have put the poison in. But he wasn't really hanging around the apothecary. So he may not have been able to get the poison, even though he may have been able to put it in its location. So really, you know, none of these are perfect suspects, but out of the three, I'm really kind of leaning towards Eldora. So I want to be fair to you guys. So I'm going to say that I am going to be clicking apprehending Eldora, because in my opinion, she's the most likely suspect. But before I do kind of want to check up on this quest and make sure it's not close off anything for me, depending on which choice I make. I just wanted to present my choice before I go look it up, so that way you guys don't accuse me of looking up the right answer or something like that. So I may be wrong, but I just gotta check that I'm not gonna close off the quest for myself. So I'll be right back. Alright, my friends, so I did a little bit of reading, and indeed, unfortunately, one of these three quests is going to branch into its own separate quest later on. So I'm going to be missing out on a total of 4 quests, really, because there are a total of 6 quests that are going to go along with this, right? So each of these 3, and then each of the 3 that are going to be subsequent to these. So I'm going to be missing 4 of them, and there's really no way around it. What I will do whenever this happens in my playthrough is, at the end of the season, I'll go and artificially recreate the other 2 quests if I had done apprehending Swiftthorn, or if I had done apprehending Wigfable. So I will artificially recreate these quests before the end of the season, but as I promised, I am going to go with apprehending Eldora.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
So you believe Eldora to be the culprit? It's a shame to think that such a scientific responsibility. There were no witnesses at the time of Malmior's murder. Follows this code. Trust your decision, please. Inside the dungeon entrance, under the meat hall. So again, only one suspect can be apprehended for these crimes. Accepting and completing this quest will not allow you to apprehend Swifthorn or Wigfable. Okay, so now I have to go speak with him in the dungeon.
Reeve sent you to me to help with our problems? Good.
Climbing has been less affected than some of the other towns in this writing, but still there are orcs about, and we need to deal with them if we are to keep the people safe.
An important part of God riding around.
An important part of guard my men and women consists of riding around and climbing, looking for threats lurking too near the city. If you have a war steed and the skill to ride it, I would encourage you to help us with this duty, Kippen. Right east of climbing until you see the marker that delineates the bounds, and then turn to the south. Continue this process, turning to your right at each marker until you have described a great loop around the city. Defeat any mounted enemies you encounter on this circuit, Kippen. You will be doing the people of climbing a great service. Have apprehended a suspected criminal. May she have her day in court.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Despite your decision, I maintain my innocence, Kippen. Athel Warren will not allow a suspect to remain captive for long when no solid evidence can be gathered against them. Perhaps in time, Olaf will see the error in this hasty
Slaying
decision,
Uruks may
and the
be its
true
own
culprit
reward,
will be
but
revealed.
finding a clue to their
Truth
purpose
will
here
be my ally.
is even
I
better.
hope the Freyston is
The
well
elves of
cared for in these
Eregion were
matters.
deceived before by gifts and promises of secret knowledge.
Now again, I know the arrest was a little hasty. I mean, I wanted to check out some of the stories, you know, like clear the alibi of the other guy. But you know, we gotta play by the rules of the game. So, anyways,
Do you aid the horse lords?
Eldora has admitted to nothing, but has come along quietly nonetheless. We will hold her here until more evidence can be gathered to either confirm her guilt or prove her innocence. Someone will be sent to take care of the injured soldier who was in her care. This is a most reasonable decision, Pippin. Eldora's lack of supporting witnesses and the access to the kitchen make her the most likely fit for these crimes. Her treacherous schemes will end here. You have been a tremendous help, both to me and the people of Clyde. We all owe you a debt of gratitude for your fine service. Reeve Athelward has sent word that he would like to personally thank you for your assistance in these matters. Go with haste. Reeve's time is precious, and it is rare for him to pay heed to visitors of your stature. All right. I enjoy these choose your own adventure type of quests, which make you decide on certain things and take the quest a different route. But it's an absolute nightmare for somebody like myself trying to do a 100 playthrough of the game, in which I can't do everything, because the game doesn't allow me to. That's why I need the artificial recreations when these things happen. I hope you guys can understand that and appreciate the effort that takes.
Done well.
Kippen, you must be the wise hobbit I have heard so much about. I simply must thank you. I could not be more pleased with the results of the investigation. To think that a coward would threaten my life with poisons rather than face me with their grievances in person sickens me. We must put these matters behind us. For further turmoil yet lies ahead for me and my people. Receive this reward and please consider helping us further. Failed Assassin's Ring, that's some might and a little bit of agility. Need to upgrade my armor at the end of the season for sure. It's good agility on these legs here. But I still kind of like what I have better, so I'm just gonna need you to do this. You have already proven yourself capable of managing important and challenging tasks, so it is with confidence that I entrust you with an errand of utmost significance. My primary thought is always to keep safe the people of the Norcrofts. Yet I have simply not the riders at my disposal to scour each corner and crevice of my land for the threat of the invading army. I have given orders for my people to retreat into Cliving or to flee south to Edoras. Those within the city walls will be protected. Many of the crofters have either not received the call for evacuation or failed to realize the seriousness of the matter. Please write to them now and make certain that they understand the dangers remaining at their crofts.
I need you to do this.
We must give warning to travelers that the Norcross is no longer safe. I have asked for warning marks to be crafted so that they may be used to direct visitors west towards Edoras. I would ask that you display these warnings on posts along the road. Ask to keep others from wandering into dangerous territory. Ride along the road south and east of Cliving and display the warning markers upon the posts you encounter.
I need your help.
My riders have spoken with me about a section of the Norcross between Cliving and Elthangles that they have branded the red fields for the blood-stained grasses that have become an all-too-common sight there. These plains are so dangerous due to the ever-present threat of mounted orc archers. Even the most seasoned rider can be struck with an unlucky or unexpected arrow and become mortally wounded. Clear as many of the mounted orc archers as you can, and I will ensure that you will reward you for your endeavors. Alright. So lots of quests to do here. Very good. Basically ready to head outside. You do just that, but let me get this quest here, whatever that is. What is... Huh. These raindrops are glitched. They're like falling on the sky, as you can see.
These are sad
Anyways.
reminders of times long
Everybody
past.
needs your services.
Kippen, we meet again. We have been here for a few days, but have been unable to speak with Reeve
After the
Athelward.
fall of
He has not
Balerion,
refused
most
to
of
see
my
us
people came to live in
as
the
part
land
of
of
our party,
Lindon,
but
to
has
the west.
passed naught but excuses through his doorward. Perhaps he will once again speak on our behalf. An impending invasion by a horde of Kundalar Easterlings is no matter to be taken lightly. If you could, either convince Athelward to speak with us directly or relate our tale to him the best you may.
It pained Celebrimbor to see the woods and
Alright,
fens
he
so
will make it
ill-treated,
and talk to him.
but he did not want to harm his alliance with the men of Numenor. I can still see this city as it was during the height of its beauty. So much was lost.
Thank you for your help.
Greetings. You have found your stay in Cliving a pleasant one, or at least eventful? Yes, I know of the riders of whom you speak. They are retainers of Lord Eomer. Had I known sooner, I would have greeted them with a warmer welcome. Let a feast be prepared, and let them come to my hall. I will give them a welcome they will not soon forget.
He called himself Ontheron.
Okay, so looks like he will greet these riders.
You've done well.
A moment, Kippen. I must apologize for my abruptness to you in Harwick. I told you of my shame, but I did not speak of my pride. When I first came to Aldburg, I fell in love with Fleda, niece of Garthon. She married and she bore me 2 daughters, Ulfla and Winith. They have both grown into beautiful women, and they are my joy. Though Garthorn and the warriors of Aldburg forsook me, Fleda remained faithful. She is why I remained in Eomer's service. Lost though Fleda and no
Not
Flod
all
were
who
faithful
dwelled
to
at
me,
Karas
young
Galebrin
Gwyneth
trusted this
shamed
new
me in
arrival.
my dishonor. It is
Celeborn
for her
saw
that I seek
something in the
redemption.
Lord of
My
Gifts
pardon for the
that
interruption,
troubled
but I
him.
thought it important to share this with you.
What brings you to these lands?
You relate afterwards word to Bernoth, and then he pauses in thought. In truth, I am troubled, Kippen. You have said not to discourage me, but I find afterwards' response queer in these dark times. Does he truly seek to host a feast with a few ragged riders? Nay, this is troubling indeed. I must consider our best option.
Our success depends upon our strength. Aid us.
I cannot say why I am discomfited by the Reeve's demeanor, but His apparent lack of regard for impending invasion by the Plutonar disturbs me. I think it best we forego Athelward's gracious
Despite the
invitation.
mistrust of some
I
at
think it best for my
Celebrimbor City,
companions and I to leave as soon
Anthelon
as
did
possible.
not
Tonight,
remain
preferably,
idle.
and as secretly as
He
possible.
gathered to
Aid us?
himself promising students and gave to them secret knowledge.
Alright, so I think it's a good stopping
But whatever
point.
he
Next
taught them,
episode, I will continue
always
this
he
quest.
held
and
some-
then the other quests I have on here are starting to
Always there
rise.
was more to be
See you in the
learned,
next episode.
more instruction to be given.
Welcome, friends, to more Lord of the Rings Online. I'm just gonna get straight into it. We are ready to leave when you are. If you remember, just to kind of catch you up from the last episode, the riders wanted to meet with the Reeve here to discuss some of the Easterlings that may be imposing a threat soon. And the Reeve didn't seem too concerned. Bernoth didn't really like the Reeve's demeanor, so they've decided instead to flee the city by cover of
Anthelon
darkness, and I'm
convinced
gonna
the
be helping them out.
jewelsmith to forge great rings of power. Long they toiled, until at last their work was complete.
Athelward's hospitality. But I sense that not all will be well for us if we remain. This night, we must leave climbing like thieves, else danger takes us unaware.
Brings you to these lands.
Kippen, if you could distract the guard across the way, we might be able to sneak out. Stay with us when we move forward, or we may need your assistance along the way. Ready to distract the guard stationed across from the riders' encampment. You inform the guard that you believe you saw riders approaching the city. I will go and look, for it is late. There should be no riders about. Distracted the guard. Perfect. As soon as he goes up that watchtower, let us go. Let us be swift and silent. It's very comical. I feel like I'm in a Scooby-Doo cartoon.
You go on ahead. My words will guide you, but I go no further than this.
Chickens here.
Our mission is dire.
What is it, a chicken coop? We should avoid it. The hens are disturbed, the noise will alert the guards. Another guard. Perhaps you may find a way to distract this one as well. When the guard is distracted, we will continue. Get a pile of rocks here. Hurry on, little soldiers. Let's go.
Business have you around here?
Do you see that stray hound ahead? Perhaps you can distract it with this jerky. The hound sniffs warily at the meat you proffer, then takes it and wanders away.
In the fiery heat of Orodru, Mount Doom, Sauron forged the ruling ring. One ring to rule them all, one ring to find them, one ring to bring them all, and in the darkness find them. In the land of Mordor, where the shadows lie.
That dog doesn't seem to care. There are 2 more guards ahead, one more distraction, and we will make it to the stables. You say orcs are attacking? To the gate! We must defend Cliving!
Celebrimbor had kept one of the 3 for his own.
The gates of Mordor? The armies of Sauron? What did I miss?
Music.
I return Tegwin to
So I don't
Mosswood.
know. There's gonna be a last surprise here.
I have hated
Should be able to get on
Orkheim for
these
much
horses
longer
and
than you have been
sneak away.
alive, Dunedain.
Come on, Ulf the Reaver. Get to your horse. Alright, we're all here.
Where did you aid the horse?
We will continue from here alone. By the time word comes to Athelward of our departure, we will be well away from here. Thank you for your aid, friend.
Well
Tomorrow
met.
you should return to the Reeve Athelward and let him know that we were grateful for his invitation, but must graciously decline. Lag here.
Thank you for your help.
The Reeve looks troubled for a moment and then smiles. I understand. They are on a mission of great import and must not delay. We will, of course, prepare as we may here. Thank you for delivering Captain Brunoff's message. Anything interesting here? Vitality, agility. Yeah, nothing too interesting. Okay, so no follow-up quest there, so it's time for me to get outside and start doing some of the other ones. Let me actually open up my quest log, make sure it's all in there. That one's going to be up. That one.
Not but ruins remain of the proud kingdoms of old.
Let's get out of here. What is this? Shield Slam. Is that a new skill? I think this is a new skill with one of the updates that I missed along the way. Shield Slam. Slams your shield into a foe, interrupting inductions. That is amazing. That's great. If you guys remember in some of the earlier episodes, especially when I was doing group content, I'd have a hard time using the gambit that interrupts. Because, you know, you gotta build the gambit, but it takes a little while to build them. And, you know, if you're not on your A game, then you won't have time to do it, and it'll be too late. So that's a good skill to have. I'm gonna have to readjust and put it somewhere appropriate. That's a really good skill. Right now it's Shift 8. Alright. Okay. Let me dismount. Let me get on my horse steed. Kill this guy. This may be a repeatable quest I've already done. I don't know. Let's see. Vengeance for Ethangles. It's a repeatable quest you have already completed. So I'm just gonna. Well, I'll accept because I have to kill some orcs here anyways. Let me do that. Okay. Who's the command for me? The halts. Quick stop 0. Okay. Anyways.
What brings you to these lands?
Reeve Athelward intends to leave us unprotected if we do not flee. I cannot fathom leaving my home abandoned, but I will do so for the safety of my family. Thank you, stranger. We shall make it. Thanks for climbing at once. I have to kill the mounted archery units. cannot understand why Ethelward refuses to send his riders to help defend our homes, but he has always done what he can for his people, and I will not for that. Blessings upon you. Alright, where am I headed to next? Let me go that way. Warnings. Alright, let me go that way. I shall miss my home dearly, but I will not disobey a command from our noble reeve. Ethelward is a wise ruler, and if he requires us to take shelter within the city, then that is the course of action I will take. Pardon me for I must begin preparations to set forth. Let's see. That quest ring.
What troubles you?
Accidentally got that
Welcome,
guy
friend.
Unfortunately. Doesn't even count for anything. Okay. Let me grab this guy. Very good. Another archer right there. Where's he going? There we go. Hoglob. I've never completed this warband. A troll brute, Hoglob, races across the plains of Norcroft, striking down any who dare defy him. I'll accept it. I guess he's right behind me. Somewhere over there, it looks like. There he is. Definitely going to do this unmounted. God, do I even remember my gambits? Gosh, I haven't done combat in months. Yeah, I am very rusty. Let me do that. Okay. Super rusty. Anyways, the raging troll Haglob has has been overcome, bringing an end to his reign of chaos and destruction. Get back on my war steed. Looks like I need to reforge when I get a chance. Where am I going? Going north. No more archers if I find them. I think I've already done that post. That's a flanker. Not interested. A lot of invaders. Next market on your circuit is to the south. Okay, let's see. And it looks like there's where's the quest ring? The inside, I guess? It might be inside.
What brings you to these lands?
My dear Inhild, she need not worry for me. Since I first gazed upon her in the markets, I have been in love, and I will do anything to be near her. I refuse to leave for Edoras, or we may never meet again. I appreciate your concerns, but I will not leave without seeing my Inhild. I must endure the orcs until I am able to prove to Inhild's father, Whitmon, that I am worthy of his daughter. The fence gates around my farm need to be secured. Upon each of my attempts to leave my farm, the orcs have harassed me and tried to ride me down. Please help me secure the fence and remain vigilant of the orc riders and their torment. This guy is in love. He is all struck by a woman. Fighting these orcs. Completed that one. That's the one I already did. The people of Athangos will be greatly benefited from having fewer orc riders attack them. Right, that. Speak with this guy. I am glad to see that you have dealt with those merciless brutes. I am fortunate to have had someone with such skill in my company. Let us hope that the orcs decide to relent their constant harassment now that they have just seen our ability to defend against.
What can I do for you?
Our success depends upon our strength.
Your dispatch of those orc ruffians have given me a rather clever idea. With your assistance, I have thought of a way to gain the respect of Inhild's father. There is a notorious uruk thief. I have witnessed stealing various trinkets and valuables from abandoned farmsteads surrounding my home. His fondness for treasure will be his downfall. Track down this uruk and separate him from his ill-gotten gains. With those valuables in my possession, I might yet impress old Whitmon and be allowed to court his daughter. Probably get on my war steed. Is that the Uruk? Yes, it is. The Uruk Loser. defeated the looter, but he carried no stolen valuables. Let me go to the second waypoint. Next marker is to the west. There's an archer. I don't know if this is too far. Counted good. I think I need to go north, right? Let me go convince this guy here to leave his home. No. Man, I hate how difficult it is to control these war steeds.
Our mission is dire.
Thank you for the warning. It seems to me now that these lands are fit for naught but war. I will make haste for Edoras in the hopes that Theoden King will still hold against our foes. Let me go convince one more.
What brings you to these lands?
The orcs that have spread across the fields have made it far too dangerous to remain. I will heed your warning and leave these lands behind. Yet I hope someday to return. We'll get this last warning here. Okay. Very good. Now what? Now let me go that way. Still need to kill 2 more archers. Rengar is nowhere to be seen. Signs of a struggle are visible. That's not good. Rengar's spear. Rengar's spear seems to have been left on the ground. Rengar's cloak has been torn and is stained with blood. Not good. Alrighty, let me... Let's see, what do I want to do? Oh, that third ring is all the way over there, so let me go south. Try to kill a couple more archers, and then I'll turn west. And then I can return to climbing. Okay, good. There's another archer. Okay. Now let me head west. For that other marker. Swiftly across the plains of Rohan. I'm gonna go back. I'm pretty sure it's a repeatable quest, but I do need to double check. It would drive me crazy otherwise. Thinking back, hey, was that a quest I needed to do? Oh yeah, see, look at that. Look at that. I haven't done this quest yet. Many of the orcs that marched with the main horde moving across Rohan have fallen behind and continue occupying and terrorizing the peoples of the Northrofs. And to spread the influence of the White Hand. Defeating the White Hand riders will help reduce their stranglehold on this territory. That being said, I do need to kill these guys. Alright, let me get back on the war steed. Orc totem. They need to be mounted, but there's also another quest here. White Hand orcs have taken to occupying and desecrating the once peaceful farmsteads of the noble crofters of Clyde. Some of the orc infantry have also been claiming each structure as their own personal habitat. I need to defeat some pillagers. Grab some raiders. Let me grab some thugs. Where's that other guy that I was fighting? I don't know, but let me go kill these two. There he is. He came back. I don't really have a strategy with my mounted combat. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I just kind of spam buttons. I spam buttons. Okay, so I got one pillager. Then I need to get another one over there. Just get on my regular horse for now. Well, you know what? Let me do the war steed. I'll round these two up and maybe attack that pillager too. Grab all of these silly enemies. And I'm gonna dismount and fight this guy on foot. I am silenced. It's alright.
Megawonnen.
I think I need to kill one more, right? Do I?
You are most welcome back.
Even so far from the lands of the enemy, there is dread upon my
Oh,
heart.
I just need to kill one more of the pillagers. It's probably gonna be all the way over there.
Greetings, traveler.
Alright, let me get him. Yeah, I definitely forgot my gambit rotation. It's alright. There's something up there. So actually, before I turn in all these quests and do all that, I do think that this is a good stopping point for this episode, so I hope you're enjoying, and I'll catch you on the next one. Welcome back, everybody, to more Lord of the Rings Online. In the last episode, I made it here to the western reaches of the Norcrofts, and so let's just go ahead and jump right into the episode. These pillagers are a grim indication of what orcs intend to accomplish. They have defiled the deserted homes of the prophets. It is a fine deed that you have done in removing their presence.
Brings you to these lands.
Knowing that the invaders have fallen to your prowess fills me with a sense of satisfaction. Each orc slain in the fields delays the chance of their force amassing to attack the city. Keep vigilant, brave warden. Hail, Warden. Take care as you travel in these lands. The vacant farms southwest of the city have fallen under the control of the White Hand Orcs. Their previous residents, fleeing to Edoras, are seeking sanctuary within the walls of Cliving. The Orcs have taken it upon themselves to mark our lands with their various brands and symbols. It may not matter to most, but I cannot bear to see our homeland so crudely desecrated. If it is not much trouble, I request that any orc banners or totems that you come across be destroyed. I shall see that you are compensated generously for your efforts. So I have seen a few of those around. Get on my horse steed. And then let me pull up my quest log. And I just want to make sure that I got everything on here. Okay, I think that's fine for now. Just trying to figure out where this is. Can I set the tracker on this? It's not really telling me where to go. West of the second, outside of Cliving.
Nice of you
That's
to
weird.
finally
It's not
arrive.
telling me where to go.
What took you so long?
Yeah, I'm a little lost. Maybe it's in the Entwash Vale? Said it's to the west.
Take down a few wargs, and at least one of the really big ones. Try not to get yourself killed.
Here's some banners and things like that. I do have to destroy these. Oh, that's pretty easy. I can just do it. Just kind of riding around here. What is this? Venus rocks. Riding around. Those four, and I need one more totem, I believe. I suspect that seeing the banners from totems fall disturbs the orc invaders as greatly as it has disturbed me to see them erected on our land. I praise your convictions, Kippen. If you have the bravery to risk such an undertaking, I am pleased to reward you as promised.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Hold on. Let me dismount here, kill that guy, or he's just gonna keep harassing me this whole time. He's leaving, but this guy is not. Okay, sorry about that. Back to business. Reeve Athelward has asked us to remain on watch to ensure the safety of the city. We repelled a single attempted infiltration of Cliving, and in the time since, no orcs have dared to try again. All the while, the orcs are free to roam our lands, pillaging and raiding as they see fit. I mean no disrespect.
Maybe it'd be fun to fight alongside you sometime.
We could greatly benefit when we could ride against the orcs in the field.
Way, of course.
My men all agree, save Leofecto. Please speak with them and convince them that riding out against our foes is the correct course of action. Why am I stuck in combat? That's unfortunate. Let me do my Hobbit silence to drop aggro. There you go.
Leave will find welcome here.
Garmin oversteps his bounds. We are under direct orders from Reeve Athelward himself. We are to guard the city walls and never to patrol beyond. I will not take part in this disobedience. I understand that it is a noble undertaking, but we have our commands and we must follow them. I suggest you inform Garmund that I will be reporting to Athelward the moment he abandons his post. Do not take part in this foolishness, Kippen. For his loyalty to the Reeve. There is more to duty than simply following commands. We have all sworn oaths to protect these lands and the people that live upon them. I wish to uphold those oaths and to bring justice to the trespassers against the plains of Rohan. I will gladly face the consequences if my deeds preserve even a yard of my homeland. I welcome you to ride with us, Kippen. We intend to strike fear into these brutes and pillagers. Let us set forth upon your steeds, men. Ready yourself, Kippen.
Garmin has rejected my commands to remain guarding the city. He has taken his Aora to reclaim land from the orcs, giving his oath to protect the whole of the Norcrops.
Brings you to these lands.
I'm glad to have you with me, Kippen. Stay close and be ready to strike our foe. Come, let us see what these trespassers are made of. Ride with me and be ready to strike. The enemy should be just ahead. I'm gonna focus on these archers. Send the foe fleeing back. We will purge the evil from the Riddermark. A few more straight ahead here. We will make safe once more the lands of Theoden King. Purge the evil from the Riddermark. It's like we're just riding around looking for trouble. Show no mercy to the trespassers. Gotta move on. Onward to battle. I will fulfill my oath and cut down any in my path. Archer killed here. There we go. No orc can match the riding skill of the horse lords. Do not attempt to impede me, for I will have vengeance on my foes. Onward to battle. The Norcrofts will not be taken from us. For Thurlingus. Quite a long charge we're doing here. Show the enemy what fate awaits those who oppose the Erlingus. There we go. We will purge back the evil from the Riddermark. Looks like we're heading back towards camp, so maybe we're almost done. We must not abandon the plains. Ride forward.
Beware the servants of the enemy. Beware the servants of the enemy. You had success? Those are good tidings.
Meneldir is right. I must soon return to Imladris with these grim tidings. My
no
people
orc
fled
can match
north
the riding
after
skill of the
Karas
horseman.
Galebin was destroyed by
We
Sauron.
have beaten many
His
foes, but
armies
their number is
pursued
simply
them.
too great.
Greetings, friend.
How can I be of service?
We have fought well today. Our
The
actions
longest
have surely
time,
weakened the
the
enemy's
spirit
strength.
those that serve the shadow would soon wake.
We will not reclaim these farms completely without support, but we have done our part. I command you for your bravery. Let no man say that we have failed to uphold our oath. Let us return to the outpost of Watchtower. Not hope to regain the fields in such short a time.
Welcome, friend.
Mission is dire.
It weighs heavy upon my heart to see the lands that I have sworn to protect in such ruin and abandonment. Slowly may we overcome the numbers of the orcs and the trail of wreckage, but not if we are shut behind our city walls. I thank you for accompanying me, Kippen. It is no small comfort to know that there are others who know the importance of protecting one's home.
Our success depends upon our strength. Aid us.
I am rather surprised to find Leofectos awaiting our arrival. He made it known that he wishes to speak with you. Perhaps he has had a change of heart regarding our purpose. You may inform him that I hold no grudge against him for his refusal. If he wishes to assist us at once more, we are more than willing to accept his return. Rejoin Garmund? Am I taken for a fool? I have returned to deliver a formal summons by Reeve Athelward. Request your presence at the mead hall at once. Having disclosed the details of Garmund's betrayal, Reeve seeks a neutral party to discuss a resolution. I hardly consider you neutral, but nonetheless, I will trust you to discuss the matters and I'll let Garmund know. Alright. So, there you go. Now that epic quest is on my tracker, so I can go to the south. Right where I came from. That one right there. I've ridden past so many times. You have ridden the bounds and should return to Uthrid. Okay. Finally time to return to Cliving and turn in a bunch of quests. Alright. Still got a few towns to get through. Warband leader, Dr. to terrorizing the people of Norcross and must be dealt with. So I haven't done this one before, so I'm gonna accept it. And let me go do it. Somewhere up there. There he is. I wonder if I and slowed tremendously. I got him. Just gotta kill all these lackeys. Where's the other one? Right there. Are we gonna chase around the big rock forever? Yeah, we probably will. Let me just do that. Much easier. Okay. Dalmob's defeat has reduced the danger to the people of the Norcrofts and to all those who visit the farm south of Cliving. My reputation has increased. Now we can finally return. Wonder if there's a deed to do all the war bands. I think there probably will be. This is Randgar's cloak, is it not? I was worried that he had not been found, but it seems that you haven't helped him after all. I'm concerned, Cupid. Is something wrong?
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Why have you brought me Randgar's cloak? Whatever concerns you, please speak your mind. You describe to Inhild the scene you witnessed when you returned to Randgar's farm. She begins to quietly sob. Oh no, it cannot be true. Poor Randgar, my love. Why did he not flee? I begged him not to stay on my behalf. I know that he stayed so that we might be together, but it is now doubtful that I will ever look upon him again. Kippen, I must ask you for one final favor. You must take me to Randgar's farm, so that I may bid goodbye to him in person. I will know no peace until I see these things for myself. Please, speak with my father inside our home. Ask that he allow you to escort me to Randgar's farmstead. Okay, let's go in there. Where's the old man? I guess he's upstairs.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
Inhild yet wastes her thoughts on that foolish Randgar? He is but a worthless farm boy. A woman of her standing should be courted by a wealthy noble or a brave warrior. Explain to Whitthorn the events of Randgar's farm and request to escort Inhild there, that she may know peace. I shed no tears for Randgar. His fate is a result of his own foolish actions. I will grant Inhild my blessing to leave if it helps her forget about that silly affection to me. But you must promise to keep her safe. Okay. Let us go at once, Kippen, before my father changes his mind on this matter. Lead the way. Thank you for bringing me here, Kippen. I hope that I have not been overly troublesome to you. You have been a greater friend to Randgar and myself than you know. Please excuse me for a moment. And Hill begins to call out for Randgar. Where are you, my love? Oh, that it worked. Greetings again, Kippen. I understand your surprise. Please allow me to explain. Inhild and I have known that we would never be together as long as Whitthorn could stop us. We devised a plan to feign my death in hopes that Whitthorn would allow Inhild to see me. For our scheme to work, we would need an outsider to lend help. That outsider was you, Kippen. I'm sorry to have deceived you, but it was the only way to ensure that you would be genuine when convincing Whitthorn. We did not wish for it to be this way, but we had no choice. Please, do not be angry. You have done us a great service. There is one final matter that needs to be dealt with. Please speak with Inhild, and she will explain.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
My father cares for me, but he shares not my views of love. He will never allow me to mix my life with his farmer. Rengar and I must depart to a safer land. And you have been so helpful, but I must ask you one final request. Please tell my father that I have gone off with a rich and handsome rider from Edoras, whom we encountered on our return. In this way he will miss me, but be altogether happy for my good fortune. Alright. Good fortune to you, Kippen. We owe our happiness to you.
What business have you?
You return. I trust that Inhild has returned safely as well. Stay a moment and share with me your visit to the belated Rangar's home. Let's see. That's a pretty decent bracelet. 225 agility, 105 vitality, a little bit of power, critical rating. I take that. Let me see this cloak though. My cloak's still better. I might take this bracelet though. Oh no. No, I hate seeing a full inventory.
You found Uruks at the hole of the Swift River, I do not doubt it. But did you find aught else?
Okay, anyways, let's go.
Rohirrim will need your aid.
And so I will bid
What makes you
farewell to
hesitate,
you and the
Kippen?
Ranger
There's something
Mineldir,
you have not
for
told
I
me.
must bring this warning to Imladris.
I will take Brigaleth's warning to heart,
So it's another one of
and you
these
should as
where
well.
I have to make a choice. So hold on, let me figure out what I want to do here. Because I want to.
What can I do for you?
I don't know. This is gonna open up different quest lines. I'm gonna do the right thing. Give me a second. Okay, so really, it doesn't really branch anywhere, so I'm just gonna artificially recreate both of them here. So, if I were gonna be speaking the truth, you would say, you explained to Whitmore that Rangar feigned his death as part of a scheme to run off with Inhild because the two were in love. This is intolerable, Kippen. How dare they? That miserable crofter Rangar puts my dear Inhild's life in danger. He always seemed a rough character, but I never imagined he would take my daughter from me. Thank you for revealing the truth to me. I've vowed to find my daughter again someday, and we will have all of this foolishness sorted out. I owe you much for your honesty. So that would be, again, if you did speak in the truth, or you could go with Inhild's wish, which is what I'm gonna do.
Depends upon our strength. Will you aid us? What brings you to these lands?
You attempt to convince Whittorn that you encountered a very handsome and wealthy rider along the road south of Clyde. Describe how Inhild became enamored with him. She accepted his offer to travel together to Edoras. Could this be true? Oh, I just knew this would happen, Kippen. I always suspected Inhild would find someone more worthy. But what incredible fortune! I only wish that you had introduced me to the man before departing. Nonetheless, I shall have to visit them someday when the roads are safe again. Thank you for protecting my daughter, Kippen, and for bringing me such wonderful news. You have my deepest respect. Okay. That one. Let's head into the meat hall. There's going to be multiple quests there.
What did you encounter?
My men ride that circuit many times a day, ensuring the safety of the city. Usually it is quiet, but occasionally the horse or the flow straight within the line must be I was told that Revath the Ward wanted to speak with you before you depart Clyde. A road hunt to be safe and well guarded, the Norcrofts must be as well. I appreciate your help in that regard, and I know the Reeve will agree.
Yes?
So it looks like my friends are here. What did you do while I was away?
Greetings, traveler.
I stood atop one of the towers and gazed out across the slight goodly distance, but could see no sign of the orcs we pursued. What do you think of Cliving? I think it is a city of Rohan. No city built by the hands of men can hope to compare to those of the elves, even in the passing age, but it suffices as a place for them to live. If this is what they call living. I see no art, I hear little music. It seems to me these men of Rohan survive, but yet they do not live. I have said nothing of this to any of them, of course. I'd be considered impolite. What do you make of Athelward? He has seen grief in his time, and he has caused more besides. I think he does want to protect his people and is doing what he can for them. What did you do while I rode? I spoke with the men in the towers and walked the streets of Clyde. Cheerless as I remember it, but now that we have good reason. The quiet works that we love. There's always been a refuge. After this who seems to follow the way of church. There's always been a refuge since refuge. Not a birth of sickness. Perhaps it is reflected in the demeanor of this town. Is Cliving well defended? They do seem ready for just about anything. I hope my own home in Eworth is as well prepared to fend off an attack, but I suspect it is not. Cliving has several natural geographic advantages. Eworth does have one such advantage. It is bordered on the west by the Entwash. Few foes will be able to attack it from that way. Did you speak with Siflon? No, I did not. Nona seemed to be deep in conversation with the girl when my wandering took me near them, but I did not want to intrude. I wonder what they spoke. I did notice Siflod casting glances in my direction, but I know not why. What did you do while I rode? I walked about the city, ignoring the distrustful looks I received. I do not like this city. Horn said that his home is not like this place, and I'm prepared to believe him. A city such as this could not have produced a man like him. People of this city are distrustful and small.
Yes.
What do you make of Cliving? If you do not like it, I will be glad when we go. What did you
I welcome
speak
your
with
aid.
Siflon? I did. If she were not soft and coddled, like many of the horse folk seem to be, she could have been one of the Ukluth. She has the temperament for it, if not the weathering given by a hard life. I think she was frightened of me at first, but she had many questions about my people, and I enjoyed talking to her about them. The guard captain did not let her out of his sight while she was in my presence. That put me in mind of a caged bird. I would not have tolerated it, but Sifla did, and no one would mistake her for me, that's for certain. She was very curious about Horn. I told her his singing voice is not as fair as he thinks it is, and that he is not my equal in combat. I think she was disappointed.
I have grown weary of this city already.
Too many walls and not enough open land for my people.
Athelward has been a great